Hey guys, good morning and welcome to the vlog. Today, I don't feel that motivated, to be honest. The virus crisis is still going on. First, couple of my friends, close friends, are losing their jobs, so that's like all of this bad stuff in my head distracting me from actually making music and also kind of making me a little lazy and demotivated. So to get myself back to music production, I thought, why not also make a video at the same time about how I usually motivate myself, and by showing you how I usually motivate myself enough to head back to the studio, work on music and actually finish another song. The first step is definitely just leaving the apartment, heading over to the studio.
Can't help but take it farther. I'm breathing underwater.
What definitely helps is just arriving here in the harbor at my studio. Just love this place. And then of course, just listening to music, getting here. The only downside is the weather is really nice. I love shitty weather for producing music. It just motivates me and there is no other option than just making music. So whenever the sun shines, it's a lot harder. Then obviously having a dedicated space for music production. It doesn't have to be a studio, it can be your home studio, it can be your bedroom. It could be just like the desk or like a part of a desk that is like dedicated to whenever you sit there, everything is set up to start working on music, and also your mind is set up for like whenever you sit there just focusing on making music. The second part, whenever I have like problems concentrating or getting work done, I just put my phone into airplane mode for 2 to 3 to 4 hours, and like no Instagram, no Facebook, no TikTok, no one messaging me. And then it's just all about me focusing on making music. My biggest problem at the moment, I'm stuck on a song. It's like 1% from being finished, but there's still like very detailed things that I don't like 100%. So what I usually do when I have trouble finishing a track is I just listen to it from start to finish without hitting pause, without changing anything about it, and just while listening to it, writing down on a note like what is bothering me. I write down the seconds and just keep on listening to it so that I get like a full perspective of the entire song in context without just listening to loops or just transitions or soloed elements. Like everything as the normal listener at the end will listen to the song and then write down what bothers me. So for example, here I would write down like 35 seconds, the transition from intro to verse is not smooth and fluent enough. So I might have to add an effect sound, maybe do some automation on the end bit of it to have more reverb that flows like over to the next part, these kind of things, and then just step by step take care of them. What also usually helps me a lot is getting some new plugins, like just like spending money. I don't know why, but then you have the feeling like you have to make that you spend the money worth it and just work with the synthesizer or the new EQ or compressor or whatever you get, and this way motivate yourself. Also sample packs are highly motivating, using new samples, and like if you find the perfect right ones, it will instantly trigger you to continue working on a song. Unfortunately, that's not possible for me today because I have to stick to that one song. Sometimes it's also wise to just close a project for a couple of days and get back to it and just start something new, something fresh, and this way motivate yourself. Like having a blank Logic project in front of me is usually highly inspirational, and I just love like the very first 1 to 5 hours working on a song. It's like where I have the most fun. But at the same time, be also careful not always to just start new songs, because then you end up with 100 unfinished projects a year and not a single released song. And you have to keep in mind, only a released song is worth something. Only a released song will push you as an artist, build up a fan base, eventually make you money. And with like one song out there, you can already showcase your skills. If you don't release the music, it's pretty much worthless, pointless. So stick to finishing songs, otherwise you will just lose all of the time you already spent. Like, that's usually what motivates me a lot to finish songs. Thinking about how much time I wasted if I don't finish and release it. And then what's also really important is setting up goals. And this way, have pressure. Set a goal, set a time frame where you want to finish or start something. So for example, for today, my main goal is finishing that song. My second goal is finishing this video, both today. And then there are like millions of other small tasks, business related, organizational related. I'm talking to my employees that are of course all in a home office right now. So just like getting all of that done. And what I do, I write it down on like a to-do list. And usually I have like 20, 30 tasks per day that I have to take care of. Whenever I don't accomplish all of them, I just move them to the next day. Don't do that too often. But this gives you like a focus, because sometimes you're just sitting there and you don't know what to do. Or maybe you're stuck on a track and just need to do something else for like half an hour. Then it's really nice to have this list. Go there, look at it. For example, it now tells me to post something on Instagram. So I'll post something on Instagram and have like 5 minutes of distraction, do something else, and then again back to focusing on finishing the song. Also books, TV shows, watching YouTube videos, all these kind of things can be motivational in small doses. If you just watch every day 100 tutorials on YouTube how to make the perfect EDM song and don't have any time left to actually make the perfect EDM song, it doesn't help you a lot. So yes, be inspired, watch other people doing what you want to do, but just for a certain amount of time. You have to like make the jump from watching someone to actually making it yourself. For me personally, it's easy because I just watch like 1 or 2 videos, and then the inspiration, like the motivation is bigger than actually continuing watching someone else do it. But some people I know that just get stuck. They know everything about compressors, synthesizers, but they've never actually like finished a song. They've never actually used it. They just know about it from watching other people do it. So yeah, maybe limit your time spent with like books, TV shows, YouTube tutorials and that kind of stuff. It's good. It will help you to learn. But once you figured out how a compressor works by watching 1 or 2 or 3 videos, then it's all about like doing that stuff yourself, because only that will give you like a true experience on how it actually works. Another little sneaky technique is actually collaborating. Collaborating with someone else will force you, or they will force you to finish something, to start something, or maybe whenever you're not inspired, they can take over and then you take over again. And this way you push each other to get to a nice result and be productive in the studio. Unfortunately, at the moment, like collaborating is a little like, you can try and do it over Skype, or maybe just sending projects back and forth, or files, or maybe you remix someone else's song, getting feedback by them. Those are the things we can actually do at the moment. I used to have a lot of sessions in the studio, have singer-songwriters here with me, a guitar player, and just write songs and then produce them, which gives you again that extra pressure, because there are like 2 or 3 other people relying on you actually finishing the song. No one will make money, no one will advance unless you finish the song. So like putting yourself in an uncomfortable position with a lot of pressure usually makes you do that kind of stuff. And that's what's lacking at the moment, to be honest, because no one else is here in the studio. So there is no pressure for me being here in time or being at all here. Then there are no business meetings, like nothing. It's just me, and like pushing yourself is usually the hardest. And yeah, I think that's something you have to learn with these kind of techniques. So for me, really working through my list, pushing myself, and sometimes just really forcing yourself to do the stuff. I think that's like the #1 skill to stay motivated, finish songs, and actually advance. You just have to kick your own ass and do this stuff. Just do it, force it. And that's exactly what I will do now, because again, the circumstances and things not really working, and like this entire studio being closed is a big downer. But I will now just force myself, because I know whenever I force myself, like 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes in, it just flows again. And at the end of the day, I will have a result that I'm happy about instead of having absolutely nothing. And keeping that in mind, that you want to have a nice end to the day, is usually what motivates me the most.
Breathing underwater.
All done. The track is finished. I'm motivated and kicked myself to just push and do it. And it worked. And it wasn't that bad. It's really just like the start. You just have to get things rolling. And then everything just flows and works. And I'm super happy I got a new song that I can share with you, which is probably the biggest motivation. That's the main reason why I'm making music. I create something, and sharing it and getting feedback by everyone else is what kind of keeps me going. I'm like an artist. I like to create and share and publicly share with everyone else and enjoy, hopefully, my creation. So keep that in mind. Try to stay motivated as much as possible. I know it's not easy during these tough times. And my very last tip, that's like a bonus pro kind of tip. Try to make a habit of the things you want to do in life and accomplish. So for example, music production is important to me. So it's a habit for me. I come almost every day here to the studio to make music. I make these videos about my life as a DJ and producer every day. Once you have like a routine and it's like best daily, you will just keep on doing it and try not to break that streak. I'm daily vlogging now for 3.5 years. And tomorrow I'm not stopping, because then I ruined everything before. So I just keep on doing. This really motivates me, keeps on pushing myself to do the stuff that I actually want. So for you, this could be maybe every day dedicating 1 hour, no matter what happens, no matter what is going on in your life, 1 hour to producing. No matter how many tutorials you watch, no matter how busy your day is, 1 hour dedicated to making music every single day. And I think that's possible. I mean, if I can make a video every day, you can dedicate at least an hour per day to music production, because that's the only way to advance. It's time intensive. You have to train, you have to educate yourself, you have to figure out a lot of stuff. This can take years. And if you don't put the hours into it, there will be no positive outcomes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I will now just head back home, get some rest. Tomorrow, back here in the studio.